Okay, greetings everyone. My name is Michael Burke, and I have with me here today Gary P. Carlson. He's from Long Beach, California. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky, and we're here to talk about his website and everything he's about. iCheckYourSoul.com. Uh, please give a warm welcome to Gary P. Carlson.
I thank you.
Okay, so Gary, we had a previous meeting. I held a previous meeting, and we talked about a few things, and we also talked on the phone. None of that was recorded, unfortunately. But
Huh.
we got a new start. We got a fresh start. Let's recap what we were talking about. You were talking about the oversoul. You were talking about the category one and category two souls. Now, the way you described category one and category two is that we as white people belong to category one, and category one we share category one with the yellow race, the Asians, the East Asians, right? Is that does that include Southeast Asians as well? But
And
Aborigines,
Oriental people, yeah.
Asian people, basically. Okay, and then the category two people include blacks, dark skinned people with the melanin, right? Middle Easterners, and the Pacific Islanders. Is that
Right,
correct?
right. And
Okay.
the category one is white people, Oriental people, and Australian Aborigines.
Okay. Now, what is the only difference between category one and category two? You said that there's an 8% boost from source. You said
Right.
that that
So category one is smarter and more spiritual, more
more spiritual.
ingenious, more capable of doing things.
I gotcha. Now, let's, and before people say, hey, that's racist. What do you say to that?
It's
Too
not,
bad,
'cause
right?
that's how God made it.
Okay.
And I'll explain again how you get there. God makes the oversouls for this racial group, and 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 first you go into, well, the oversoul has 22 to 32 souls in it, of third density size souls, like we have.
Right.
But when you're in the first density, it's expanded 16 times. So each soul is divided 16 ways. So to make the arithmetic easy, let's say that the oversoul has 30 souls. So 3 times 16 is 480 little souls that keep matter made, with two higher souls helping you for 2 cycles, which is
Okay.
roughly 51 plus thousand years.
Okay.
Okay, and you're rated on how well you do. If you need help from the higher souls a lot, you'll get a bad rating, and if you do your job right and don't need hardly any help, you'll get a higher rating.
Okay. May I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I was wondering, does God first choose which category you are going to be before you have your first, very, 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 very first life incarnation? Whether you're category one or category two, or does everyone start at the
No,
same?
I'm explaining how you get there. But
Oh, okay. Sorry.
okay, so you're rated on how you did in first density. And then when the 2 cycles are over, you go to second density and you incarnate in plants and animals. And your soul's kind of divided 4 ways. But the smaller second density things like bacteria would have a smaller soul than, like, say, an elephant. Um, but basically, the souls are smaller for the second density. And that's 70. And how you run the animal or plant if you fight off predators properly and and keep yourself from being sick and do things properly, you get a higher rating.
Mm,
And that's 75% of your rating.
mm,
And then after you're done with those 4 cycles, the oversoul is rated against all the other oversouls. And the oversouls that is in the top 50% would get a category 1 soul, and the oversouls in the bottom 50% would get a category 2 soul.
hmm
And God decided that there's going to be 6 racial groups on this planet, and he decided to give category 1 souls to 3 of them and category 2 souls to the other 3.
hmm
And he picked white people, Orientals,
Yellow
and
people.
yeah, well, you can call them, and Australian Aborigines to get
They're
category 1, and the blacks, Middle Easterners, and Pacific Islanders get the category 2 souls. Uh,
okay.
and the category 1 gets an 8% boost to be smarter and more spiritual. It's
Right.
pretty hard to start a business and do real well in life with a category 2 compared to a category 1.
I see.
And now, this important thing to know is this DNA is passed equally by the mother and the father, while the soul is passed only by the mother. Whatever the mother's soul, whatever group that mother's soul is in, the children will get a soul from that group, regardless of what kind of soul the father has. So if the
See.
mother has a reptilian soul, the children will get one. And if the
Okay.
mother has a white soul, like black men like to marry white women, their soul's guiding them that way, because then the children will be half black, half white, and get a white soul.
Oh.
Let's say those half and half children stay in the black community, and the females marry other blacks. Now they'll have kids that are 3/4 black and 1/4 white, but they'll have a category 1 white soul.
Okay.
And because of that, about 20% of those category 2 groups have participants with a category 1 soul.
Hmm.
If you see a black guy that's real smart and runs a business and all that, or
hmm
graduated from college, he probably has a white soul or an Asian soul.
hmm
And,
Okay.
and there's a few white people that have category 2 souls that marry the opposite way,
Right.
where the white man married a lady that has a category 2 soul, and then his kids will be category 2.
Okay. Now, Gary, may I ask a follow-up question to that?
Of course, you don't have to, just go ahead.
All right, go ahead. So we talked about category one and two, and I know I'm just foreseeing this. A lot of people, when they first hear this information, they're going to be like, "That's racist. You think black people, you think brown people are inferior, they're less intelligent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." Right? And then we're not saying that. That's
They
not
can
what we're
do they
saying.
can do that if they want, but that's God decided how it is, and not me. So
Right.
I'm just reporting how God set it up.
Okay.
If you
Thank you,
want to say
Gary.
if you want to claim that I'm racist for explaining how it works, then you got a problem.
I agree with that, Gary. So let me ask you, you also talked about not only is there a category one and two souls, but there are what we have what you call service to self versus service to others.
A service
Philosophy.
the negative is service to self, controlling and or manipulating others, and the positive is service to others.
Now, is category one attached permanently to this service to others? Positive? And
Well, you gotta do both of those to survive in our universe.
exactly.
I
Okay, I
give
was
a
just
soul on my work. I give a soul score. It has how much of service to others you are, and and it goes from 2 to 69.
269.
Yeah, and the highest anybody ever got was like 58 or 59 or something like that.
And I remember
They don't get scores in the 60s, but it could
you
have
told
it goes that high, but no one gets it.
right. It's nearly impossible. You said that I had a score of 53, you said?
Yeah, which is a 51 or higher is polarized positive, and 5 or less is polarized negative.
Okay, that's
If you
interesting.
got a score of 2, 3, 4, or 5, you're polarized negative.
Two, two, four. Okay.
While you're
Now,
polarized negative, you don't have to discharge karma until your soul score goes above polarized negative.
hmm,
So these people that are mass murderers or whatever they're doing, they can keep doing it and things will go good for them while they're polarized negative.
I see. I see. That explains a lot, Gary. You have no idea how much that explains so many things. Now, the other thing you said was, of course, empathy versus non-empathy, or empathic people versus non-empathic people. Now, would you say psychopaths are non-empathic? Would you agree? That's pretty easy to agree there. And people who can feel others' emotions, who can relate to others, who can put themselves in an other person's shoes. In other words, they're the empathic people. And you say God, prime creator, source, split all souls into either one of those categories. 50% roughly are empathic, and 50% roughly are non empath. Do I have that correct?
Um, I'm not sure what the word empathic means. Does that mean have empathy?
Yes. It's an adjectival form of the noun empathy. Empathic.
Okay, then you're right. I thought it was more. I thought it meant something else, but I guess it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it means. So you were saying that the 50% of souls that are empathic, who have empathy, are mammals, most sea life, ocean life, birds, and a fourth racial
An
um,
animal group
animal group.
that's not
That
on Earth.
it's on Mars, right?
I think they have it on Mars, and
Right. Okay. And
there,
other planets.
there's 18 lines of or groups of DNA, and
Hmm.
9 get a soul with empathy, and 9 get a soul that doesn't. The plant groups with empathy are flowers, trees, vegetables, and then the grasses and herbs and ferns or whatever.
Right.
And then there's microbes for digestion and decay. And then the kind that doesn't have empathy are reptiles, insects, spiders, and then there's the parasites and slugs and
Slugs, shellfish,
shellfish don't have empathy. And
and the one parasites.
some of the plants are
Oh, you said that.
mold, fungus. There's a
Mold
plant group
bugs.
that's not on Earth, and there's grains, and there's various kinds of weeds that I don't know what they're
Oh,
exactly
weeds. Huh.
called.
Interesting.
and then there's microbes for disease.
Microbes for disease.
And that
There you
should
go.
account for all living things biological.
Biological.
There's other kind of life besides biological, but
You
we're
don't know them?
not too familiar with them.
Not too
Exotic
familiar.
life forms.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have some with empathy and some that don't. Yeah.
that's very fascinating, Gary.
God makes other those are the biological souls for those life forms. But God makes three kinds of souls. Another kind of soul is the angels and demons. They both have the same kind of soul.
Angels and demons. Let's talk about
Right,
that.
right. The angels have empathy, and the demons do not have empathy, but their souls about the same type.
But you were saying that angels have, there are bad angels and there are good demons
Yeah,
that
yeah.
exist.
There can be, yeah.
That was fascinating to me.
Just because you have empathy doesn't automatically make you positive, and just because you don't have empathy, that doesn't automatically make you negative.
Yeah,
But generally, it is that way, but not always.
generally speaking, not always. That's right. So let's go back to what you were saying about the oversoul. How does that work? How does God, prime creator, source, whatever you want to call it,
The oversoul comes out of the creation star.
creation
And
star?
it has the 22 to 32 souls, and each oversoul is made for a specific group or whatever, or maybe planet or whatever. Like oversoul is made for humanity,
Hmm.
and it arrives on Earth and has to go through two cycles of first density, two cycles of second density, and then it graduates into third density.
Okay.
And usually it would have to do one cycle of third density, 25,920 years.
It's a long time.
Normally be about 108 lives in humanity.
108 left. Interesting. Now, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier, and I wanted to ask you about, okay, so why are category 1 people in a position to overthrow the archontic reptilian races that currently control this planet and our solar system?
Well, nobody wants to be enslaved or whatever. Everybody wants to
Gain freedom.
everybody wants humanity to be free and to get those reptilians that came and took over out of power.
Yeah,
Not just category one. Everybody wants them out of power, but
yeah. But they're very powerful. And what are
category
the
one people have the best chance
best chance?
get them out of power, and probably among the category one white people have the
Stand
best
the
chance.
best chance.
Yeah,
And why is that, Gary?
they're just more ingenious and have more
On average, let's say.
abilities. Yeah, to run things or control
But
things.
is there another reason? Because I thought there was another reason. It was because the Dracos, the one of the top level alpha, the Alpha Draconian Dracos, they they pedestalize the white scaled dragons, right? And that's why they favor white skinned humans, right? The Lyrians. Is that correct? Because I heard that from not you, but somewhere else.
If say that again, I favor the white skinned humans.
You cut out there for a second.
Okay, what were you saying? They favor the white skinned humans.
I heard this from somebody else. I heard that the Alpha Draconian reptiles, right? The royalty of that race are their skin or their scales, right, are also white. Is
Oh,
that
I don't know. Oh,
I
maybe.
heard that, and that's why they favor white-skinned people.
Okay, well, they go against the white people. They
That's
try
right.
to get them out of power and prevent them from getting good jobs, block their educational opportunities
That's right.
because they got the best chance of taking their
Taking
reptilians
over,
out of power.
kicking them out. Right. Okay. So let's go, white people. Let's
Right.
kick them
What
out
the
for
how
everyone.
what they do, reptilians got the same plan throughout the universe to take over a planet. They they look
Infiltrate.
for okay, they look
Yeah.
for a planet where the people are the life is based on the same element as them. In our case, it's carbon, so and that's the most common. And then we breathe oxygen. So they look for a planet where the people are carbon based and breathe oxygen. And then they see if that planet, if the people are going to be smart enough to likely reach space travel,
Yeah.
which is like 10 or 15% of the groups or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they arrive right when they're moving into technology. And
Yeah.
they make clones of the inhabitants, and and clones aren't alive until you add a soul.
Correct. And how do you trap a soul with a magnetic? What do you call it?
They they lay eggs to reproduce, and
Mm,
every egg contains a soul. So they smash an egg and can catch the soul with magnetic confinement
mm,
and release the soul into the clone. And then you have like a human being with a reptilian soul. And then they
right.
try to get those clone people
Yeah.
look like regular, they look like everybody else,
Right.
and try to get them in positions of power.
Now Trump has been cloned many, many times, and so has Obama and probably the Bushes as well. Would you say?
Initially, I think they were born. The mother had a reptilian soul and had a child, Obama.
Yeah.
So he was born. He's half white, half black. His mother's white and his father's black,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it's not clear who his father is, but
Right. Well, his real name is Barry Soetoro. Is that right? Barry
he
Soetoro.
went
That's his.
by
That
that.
was
Yeah, Barry Satoro.
Barry
That was
Soetoro,
his name before he became president for a long time.
and he's gay, right?
And
He's a gay man.
well, most males with draconian souls are gay. What happens is draconians in their natural habitat with a reptilian body, they don't have genders.
Right. They're
They
genderless.
actually have three ways the body can come out. It can be royalty,
Royalty,
warrior, or worker.
warrior, and worker.
Royalty, warrior, or worker.
Royalty, royal,
And the
warrior, worker.
royalty and the workers both have sex with the warrior, and the warrior lays the eggs.
Ah, I
That's
see.
how draconians work.
I see. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's
And
let's
so
let's
when
delve.
when so when the draconian soul incarnates in a human being, is confused about gender, and it quite often goes gay or transgender, and that's why so many people with draconian souls are gay or transgender. And that's why they passed all these laws about gender and all this bullshit
Yeah,
because
makes
of the
sense.
draconian, because of the draconians.
Makes a lot of sense.
how they're confused about they try to push it on humans,
Yeah,
all these different genders and all that nonsense.
yeah,
And nobody wants it, only the draconians want it.
right. Now, can we pivot somewhere a little towards how we're ascending? Earth is ascending towards a more galactic community. We're returning the humans here on this planet right now. If you're here, if you're alive today, how we're transcending this 3D realm and we're going into 4D and then into 5D. Is that correct? And then once we're in 5D, we will rejoin the galactic community, the greater galactic community, and we will get to openly communicate and hang out with extraterrestrials, correct?
I don't know about that. I mean,
That's what I heard.
yeah, I don't know.
You
I mean,
think we're in prison here forever?
well, each group that starts goes for 12 cycles and then it dissolves. So humanity is finishing up the third cycle and they get a fourth density planet. And the people that are three-quarters done with their cycle will move and live on the fourth density planet.
And how's that done? How's that process carried out? What will that look like? Will it be
Okay,
like an instant
when
or
the planet first is brought into our solar system, which supposedly is going to be in 2029 or 2030, the fourth density planet's going to be brought in and it'll have plants and animals on it already. And the people that are in the last quarter of their cycle will be teleported there with nothing, but there'll be ETs there to help with food, housing, and technology and all that. And we
yeah.
might be able to communicate with third density Earth.
Okay. So what does that look like? So is it like a rapture? Is there a flash of light? Or how does that work? One moment, my dog is continue. I can hear you with the
Yeah, maybe.
wireless.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You don't know how that's gonna carry out.
Ask that question again.
Okay,
I'm
so all right,
groggy
so
from
we're
not sleep. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, you should get some sleep.
I can't.
Oh,
I got a
that's
problem.
yeah, that's true. Okay, all right, so we're right now we're in 3D, correct?
We're in of
Density.
We're in the fourth dimension.
We're in the fourth dimension, but in what density?
We're in third density, fourth dimension.
Okay, now in 2027 between there's a window of opportunity to transition to 5D or no?
Okay, the pe the people that have completed their cycles, which includes the star seeds, are going to make ascension to the fifth density.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and a window is going to open, and an eighth density being will take the people one by one to the fifth density, and
how?
that will be like 700 million people or something like that.
700
Another
million.
300 million people could actually go if they get polarized positive.
Okay. Now,
Because
just out of curiosity, are you and I
okay,
eligible?
you're a star seed, so you're going to make ascension. I'm a wanderer, so I don't. I stay here.
Oh, you stay here.
Right, and
It,
there's other. I stay and work in third density because I'm a wanderer. And
it,
then there's other people that are still in cycle and they don't go anywhere either because
right.
they're not
So,
qualified for ascension yet.
so I, as a star seed, and I'm a Palladian star seed. You can't confirm or deny that, but I'm pretty sure I'm
I
a
get
Palladian
no,
star
you're
seed.
not Palladian.
Then what do you think?
Palladia is 444 light years away, and hardly any star seeds come that far away. Usually, the people from nearer planets are star
Well,
seeds. You would go
sci-
to. if you're Palladian, you would go to a different planet that's closer to Palladiot for
Well,
you to make your
well,
ascension. Normally, but not
right.
always.
Well, let me talk about the Palladians because I know a lot about them. I'm in
Yeah,
contact
there's a
with
lot
them.
of information out on the web all over the place on
All right.
Palladians.
Are you familiar with Cosmic Agency with Gosha Duzik and her website, swaru.org?
What's it called?
Cosmic Agency YouTube channel and her website, Gosha Duzek's website, swaru.org. It's SWARUU.org. And that's a Palladian, Tigetan Palladian website and a community of Palladian starseeds. I am part of that community. I am
Okay,
a
now,
Palladian.
okay, in Pallades, there's like 26 solar systems or something in there,
Yeah, right. But
and all kinds of planets all over the place.
right.
There's not just one Palladian.
I know that. I'm from
There's
Taygeta
reptilians live there, and insect people, and mammal
and
people, and bird
and
people. They
cat
have some of
people.
everything there, probably.
Cat people as well. We call them the Urma. Have you ever heard of the Urma?
No, not really.
Okay, well, I know a lot about the Urma. They're the feline cat race. Okay, and we talk a lot about that on our Cosmic Agency channel in our Telegram chat. So I found out that I was a Palladian starseed from a man named Simon Parks. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, I know all about him. He's got his soul divided three ways.
Mantid, reptilian, and Lyrian, right?
Right. So he's mostly non. 2/3 doesn't have empathy, and he's did some nasty out of line things with other people.
Yep, I heard
And
that.
he says a bunch of stuff that I don't think is true.
I agree.
So just because he told you you're Palladian, I wouldn't accept that as
Okay.
obviously
Oh,
correct.
I got confirmation through my own higher self that I was a Palladian starseed.
Okay. You may be and you may not be. I don't know.
See,
Uh,
this stands for Palladian right here. P for play. It also stands for
everybody
pirates.
wants everybody wants to be a Palladian. That's a
Right,
star seed. It seems
right. Yeah, because they're.
they desire. They think that that's great if they could say they're Palladian.
But why
Like
is that? Because
I
they're
don't know
very
why that
sexy.
is, but
They're
whatever.
sexy. They're sexy, Gary. They look sexy. Let's just say let's just be
Yeah,
honest. They look.
they think they're higher status or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that. I don't think that. I'm very
Oh,
humble. I'm very modest, and I don't think that. I
okay.
have a lot of problems. Let's not go
Yeah,
there, but I
yeah.
have a lot of
Uh,
issues. All right. I have bipolar disorder. I have autism. I have
yeah.
ADHD.
Which kind
You
of
know,
Palladian are you? Did you find that
Ty, Ty Gettin, Ty Gettin, Ty Getta from Ty Getta.
Titan? Okay, I heard of that one. I think.
There's four planets that orbit the Ty Gettin star system. There's the Kote, which is the fourth one that it's a snow planet, an Arctic snow planet. There's I can't remember the order of the other ones, but there's Era, which is a sister city, sister planet
Is
to
this information from Tolek?
no, it's from Gosha Duzak and Cosmic Agency.
Oh, okay.
So there's Era. Era is a sister planet to planet Earth, which is Era. There's two other ones. Procyon is one, and the fourth one escapes me. But one of them,
I thought Procyon was real close to Earth. No,
no,
it's a
it's
Palladian.
spelled different. It's there's a star that's called Procyon, but there's a planet in the Tigetan star
Okay.
system that's called the same thing, but it's spelled different. I was confused about that too.
Oh, okay.
But there are these cat beings called the Urma, and they're very powerful, and they're the ones that can take over the Draconians. They've wrecked some fools with they're very powerful. They're like lions and tigers and leopards and cheetahs, and they talk really deep. They can talk really deep. Like they rumble like just like cats here on Earth. They have that rumble in their throat
Uh-huh.
or that purr sound. Well, they can use that purring sound to incite fear in their enemies and also heal human beings. So a young lady named Marie Swaru. She runs her own channel. They're aboard a spaceship called Tolika. Well, now it's Sadiclea. It's another. It's a very long Palladian starship that orbits our planet, and there are and behind parked behind the moon is a Death Star. Reptilian agenda. Resist the reptilian agenda. I like that shirt. So there's a Death Star. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the moon is a Death Star. It has a hologram around it to make it look like it's a natural satellite of Earth, but that's not real. It's actually a very dead, inert, robotic celestial body that they put here from a star system called Chauta a long time ago, 12,500 years ago, approximately. So Earth didn't have a moon orbiting it. So anyway, behind this structure, this spherical structure, it's called, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. Luna. Okay, let's call it Luna. There's a huge ship that is where the Galactic Federation is stationed. That's where the Galactic Federation is. That's their headquarters. And it's called, now I can't remember the name of it, but I'll look it up. It is shaped like an arrowhead, just like the one in Star Wars, the Star Destroyers in Star Wars. Okay. And if you've been following Marie Swaru's channel, she talks about how the Urma just recently overran them. They raided the place and they killed all of the reptilians, all of the robots, the cyborgs, and they ousted them. And now Marie Swaru, she's this princess of Taigeta, and she's become the queen of Taigeta. And you could call it a fantasy make believe story if you want, but she insists that this is real and this really happened. And you can listen to all of you can listen to the whole story if you go to Marie Swaru, Swaru official. Yeah, Swaru Official, that's the Spanish one, and then Swaru Official is the English one. And you can listen to the whole story. It's fascinating. Now, I'm on the fence. I don't know whether or not it's true, but I was hooked when I listened to this story. Every day I was listening, and I was like, wow, they're really taking over for us humans because Urma, they have empathy for humans. They feel emotions. They feel for us. They feel the pain that we are suffering, especially us, star seeds who want to go back home, right? We want to go back home to our home planets. For me, that's me. I consider anywhere home, but one of my most recent incarnations was in the Pleiades. Okay, and I came, according to Simon Parks, I came down to Earth many hundreds of thousands of years ago as a dolphin. I incarnated as a dolphin in the ocean, and I had another psychic tell me that I was part of the Neptunian bloodline, that I was Poseidon, literally Poseidon. I don't know if I believe that. That's a high claim. That's pretty high. But I also heard that I wasn't Poseidon himself, King Neptune himself, but I was one of his sons, Perseus. And Perseus's life mission is protector of women. And so I have a mission on Earth to protect girls, all females and girls from predators, from whatever. I have a knack for tuning into the feminine energy. You listening, Gary? Are you asleep? Gary. 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 Gary, all right? Hold on a second. He fell asleep. Hey, Gary,
Yeah,
you fell asleep.
I know.
You all
I
right?
told you I'm
It's
real tired.
okay.
Yeah, you keep talking and I'll be okay.
It's
You
okay.
want to
We
end the
were,
meeting now?
yeah, if you want and you want to take a nap, that's fine. Can you
Well,
send
I
me
mean,
the recording?
I had enough. We did like 3 meetings or whatever.
Yeah, I had enough too. Can you send me the recording to my
Yeah,
email?
yeah, I will. Okay, I'll send you the recording. All
And
right, end the
I'll,
meeting now.
all right, see ya. Oh, well, you're still here. Okay.